cricket TV, जहाँ मिलेगी cricket की सारी बातें, जहाँ जोश भी है, जहाँ होश भी है, जहाँ cricket है, आओ देखें cricket TV.
Hello. Welcome back to Cricket TV, all things cricket and more. Sunday was a thriller. Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Lucknow Super Giant. The bowlers did do amazing that yesterday. Despite a magnificent fight back from Klassen, Sunrisers Hyderabad still came short. LSG take it by 5 wickets. I'm Hetvi Patel. Joining us are our two analysts, Nikhil Morsawala and Narayan Pasadi. We have a little heartbroken fan from SRH, Karan. Karan, what do you think of the match? Let's start with you today.
Yeah, certainly. I am also disappointed about how the match went. They did try, the Shami effect, the X factor of Lucknow. He literally he kept the match in his own hand. The first overs of his bowling. Apart from that, even though our wickets went fast enough, there was still Klaasen, who's a powerful hitter. He chose his patience over his destructive ability. And apart from that, even Nitish Kumar Reddy, what an innings! And he also, I feel he should have been given even more chance in bowling. But yeah, we overall did a good effort. We tried, prolonging even during the chase of Lucknow. We got the match. We brought the match till the last over. Yeah, disappointed, but still proud of the fight given by my team.
Definitely. From 30 for 3 in 7 overs, they went to 156. It's an actually outstanding recovery. Narayan sir, the openers went cheaply again, and it showed in the result.
So, you're correct, Hetvi. What went wrong with the SRH? First was the top order collapse, So SRH lost 4 wickets for just 26 or 27 runs inside the 8 overs. And at the end of the 10th over, they were 34 runs. How can a team win from 34 when only in the 10 overs? When in power play, people are hitting 70 or 80 runs. Correct? So the power play was wasted, according to me. Livingstone was painfully slow also. Actually, he came at number 4, crawled off for 14 of 20 balls, a strike rate of 70. So, which is just not acceptable. And as Karan mentioned, Klaasen and Nitish rescued the act, but the push was not enough. Basically, they put up Nitish 56 of 33 balls, strike rate 169, and Klaasen 62 of 41, strike rate 151. But they fell in those 18th and 19th over, and the lower order just could not capitalize. In fact, if you see, SRH lost 5 wickets in the last 3 overs, to finish at a below par 156. While bowling also, if you see, it leaked too much in the middle overs, in the chase. Jaydev Unadkat was particularly expensive, 50 runs of 3.5 overs. And Nitish Reddy single over also went for 14. So with batters like Head and Abhishek at the top, SRH should have amassed 50 plus in the power play. They found themselves at 22 for 3, which is a match-losing proposition according to me.
Nikhil sir, what do you think? They played very slowly. Head scored 7 of 8. Ishan Kishan came in.
If there's any match in where you thought that the loser actually won the match and the winner actually lost the match, it is this match. Because it's like a sort of a moral victory for Hyderabad. Because when you're down 23-4 and your top batsman in, I cannot imagine that you have a Prince Yadav bowling the 4th over, 1 over, 1 run, 1 wicket, and then you bowl him in the 11th over. What sort of captaincy is that? I mean, I'm completely flabbergasted that one of your best bowlers, who actually who took Ishan Kishan's wicket, he clean bowled him. He was on fire. And you took him away. For what? For getting in that spinner, that money, oh, I forget his name,
Manikaran, yeah. New
Manikaran.
one. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And except unless you're Rishabh Pant, and only Rishabh Pant can do that. And I think Rishabh Pant has this classic ability of letting advantages go away from him. And this was it, 26 for 4, Prince Yadav on fire. He, one more over, he bowled Shami for 3 was great captaincy. 2 more overs to Prince Yadav. I challenge, I bet you, either Klassen or Nitish would have lost his wicket. And I think that is where they lost the match. That bowling change, just and then by the time Prince Yadav came back in the 11th over, they were on fire. Prince Klassen
Klassen and Reddy.
and they had to hit right at the end of overs 10, they were 35 for 4. And
Hmm.
they just 10 overs to go. So what would they do? They had to come and hit, right? And from the 11th over, you saw how they just blasted everybody, irrespective of who it was. Everybody they blasted. So I think that it just beats me why why Rishabh should do that. And then the batting again, like ऐसा लगा कि oh my god क्या target है 19.5 तक चले गए आप 162 बनाने में जब आपको 15-16 ओवर में इसको खत्म करना चाहिए था your openers were not in full flow your top order were not in full flow you lost wickets to some reasonably mediocre bowling I would say so I think that it somehow does not speak well for Lucknow in victory there was a defeat and in SRH's defeat, there was a certain element of victory because at 26 for 4 to go to 162, believe me, it's a feat that I don't think any team could have done except this team, and especially because of Klassen, the class of Klassen, and I think the readiness of Reddy fantastic batting, and I think the temperament that they showed, the way they chose which ball to hit, uh, good clean cricketing shots, not taking risks. Knowing that this you need to stay there for your team. And as Karan rightly said, Klassen was coming his natural instinct to hit each and every ball for his team, and I think that speaks volumes for the team spirit and the thinking. I think match awareness is very important. When there's match awareness and you change your strategy according to the situation of the match, is what makes a champion team. And I think SRH showed that yesterday. I still think it won't get into the top 4 where the inconsistency. You saw what happened in match 1, right? Same thing, something for 4, and then they hatched it up. Yesterday, same thing, something for 4. They tried to make a match out of it, but the score was just too low for their very, very weak, very moderate bowling attack. They couldn't do much. From the Hyderabad side, I don't know why they did not give bowling to Liam Livingston. He's an all-rounder. He wasn't bowled for 1 over. Something like Prashant Veer का हो रहा है उसकी टीम में. अरे यार आपके पास आपने लियाम लिविंगस्टन को बैटिंग के लिए लिया था नहीं ना वो बैट्समैन थोड़ी ना है वो तो ऑलराउंडर है तो जब आप डिफेंड कर रहे हो इतना छोटा स्कोर you should try all the ammunition in your arsenal, right? You can't leave out one, and that too, he's one of them. He's actually a match winner. If you see the analysis, he's actually turned around matches with his bowling. So why in the name of heaven did you bowl him? It beats me, especially when it's such a weak attack. So on Rishabh Pant's side, I think at 26 for 4, he let the advantage go. And on Hyderabad side, I think Ishan Kishan somehow had no confidence in Liam Livingston's bowling ability. But if he had brought him on, might have made a big little difference. We had 19.5 to win a match. You could have lost it, right? If there were 1 or 2 good overs in between, you probably might have lost the match because you took it so close to the wire.
And talking about LSG, the second innings, Rishabh Pant did come to the party, but it felt like he was pretty slow. We were just discussing, and our answer said that maybe LSG could have finished the game by 17 over 18 overs, and they still dragged it until the last ball. Narayan sir, what do you have to say on that?
Before that, I would like to compliment Mohammad Shami for that
Yes.
outstanding
Oh, brilliant.
new ball bowling. He was star of the bowling attack actually. 4 overs, 9 runs, 2 wickets, and only 18 dot balls. This is the third slow dot balls. 20 is the highest till now. So, and he was of course adjudged as the player of the match also. Superb bowling, nothing to beat. Karan was telling me, okay, why didn't he bowl same way in the last edition actually? So I said, In India, once you are cornered only, then only you start performing, not otherwise. So that
Yeah,
was one.
to add to that, Ryan and Karan, I think you will always see that the Indian cricketers sometimes, when they succeed, tend to bask in their glory. And so what happens is after they reach a peak, there is a sudden drop till you're thrown out, and then again oh my God, I must come back. So, that is one thing you need to learn in life. Even if you succeed, don't let the success go to your head and think, अभी तो हो गया, मैं तो मेरा हो गया, who can, मुझे कौन हाथ लगा सकता है, मैं तो यहाँ तक पहुंच गया हूँ. ये आप देखिए, ईशान किशन को देखिए, श्रेयस अय्यर को देखिए, other players don't come to mind right now. Classic cases. They went through a bad patch, had to struggle, play the Ranji Trophy, play all the local matches, and then come back into the selectors' views. That is, I think, because at the earlier peak, they were cocky, they were brazen. They said, who can touch me? They didn't listen to people. They were indisciplined. नहीं चलता है. आप भी लाइफ में ये सीख लेना करण कि अगर कुछ सफलता पाते हो तो उसको ह्यूमिलिटी से, बिल्कुल नम्रता से उसको एक्सेप्ट करना है और फिर आगे बढ़ना है. नारायण, सॉरी.
अगर आप देखोगे ना, रियान पराग उस दिन मैच जीते ना, you should have seen his reaction, the way he threw the cap on the ground and all, in jubilation, so called. But I am not in favor of such reaction from a captain actually. So आप स्टम्प ले जाओ, आप बॉल ले लो, आप बेल्स ले लो वहां से. बट दिस टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शन व्हेन यू आर इन सोशल मीडिया, पब्लिक देखती है, and you have just won a match, you have not won the tournament. So,
True, true, true.
so
Very true.
another example of just what Nikhil was saying. But one thing, full marks to Rishabh Pant. He anchored the chase perfectly.
Yes.
He was glued to the chase with this unbeaten 68 of 50 balls. Otherwise, very untyped Rishabh Pant match scoring actually. He just 9 fours in his entire. He never hit a six in that 68. So a truly captain's knock. So he deserved that win, and they also did not panic. Also, despite of few mid innings wobbles, if you see in the LSG, and his partnership with Abdul Samad of 34 runs steadied the ship, which was a bit wavering at that point of time. So. Good victory for LSG. Should have been earlier, as I mentioned to Hetvi and Karan, that 15-17 ओवर के बीच में हो जाना चाहिए था. Would have helped them in the NRR also. But still, at least they opened their account, and their promoters was also happy on screen.
Yeah, promoter was relieved. He saw
I
the
know,
clip.
you could typically when the first, I think second wicket went when Prince Yadav took the wicket in the fourth over. Yeah, Prince Yadav joined his hands and looked at the sky, and the promoter took something out of his back pocket. There was a piece of paper. He looked at it. He prayed like this, and he did like this. So
No, no.
I think
He,
I think there is
no, no.
so much of all.
No. He has a photo of his uh, deity, which he carries in
Yeah,
the purse. It is not for
yeah,
the first time. He has done this in the other earlier seasons also. If you see it properly,
yeah,
वो जब भी ऐसा लगता है ना, अच्छा, वो पर्स निकालते हैं, भगवान का
yeah,
इष्ट मनाते हैं, ऊपर करते हैं,
yeah,
वापस रख देते हैं. This is all.
yeah.
Well,
So,
some
and
of
I think
us cross our
that brings
fingers.
all the emotion into the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead, Hedvi. Yeah.
Yeah, some of us cross our fingers, some of us pray, some of us is doing the mala. We have seen it all.
Some of us bite our nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more something I wanted to mention about the LSGs also they also have some areas of improvement. The March consistency is required now. He cannot come on and off and work out. Puran have to be back in the form again. And mid bowling economic improvement is very much required. Digvej Rathi went for 46 in 4 overs, including 22 in 1 over. And even Avesh Khan also went for 36 of 4 overs, 119 over match. So these are also some areas of improvement for LSG. In spite of winning this match, they have to take care in the future.
Karan, what do you say? What do you have to say for the LSG's batting?
LSG batting, I would say this who's Aiden Markram. Aiden Markram, he played a really good, great innings. He is already classy. He just proved it again that he's classic. Apart from that, Rishabh Pant, yeah, as a captain, he just anchored it. Brought the match. He played a kind of what's it called, match-winning knock. Apart from that, the only person, apart from these big people, from the people who perform well, apart from them, the person who I was really happy and entertained with was Sanjeev Goenka sir's expression after winning and before winning. What an expression! He was in his he had tears in his eyes. Yeah,
Yeah, same thing. He thinks he won the tournament. Maybe.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. What do you have to say for LSG's innings?
No, I think very painful victory. Sort of they took it too much to the end. I think not done, and they had Jaydev Unadkat not done what he did, 3.50, 50. I think there were one or two bowlers in that attack of SRH that probably turned out to be the weak spot. And I've always been saying this, that Unadkat works in spurts and in small doses. It's like homeopathic medicine, like an allopathic medicine. Homeopathic works in small doses. I think Unadkat is homeopathic medicine. You should take him in small doses and take him in one match, replace him with somebody else in two, then take him back, because he does work in small doses. And I think that is, and he's to the end of his career. I think there's a weak spot there. Otherwise, look at Harsh Dubey, 2 for 18. Look at Ishan Malinga, 1 for 30. Look at Harshal Patel, 3-0, 16-0. Why was he given 3 overs? I don't know. What happened to his fourth over when he was bowling so well? Shivam Kumar, 4-0, 31. So I think SRH is bowling, big surprise. LSG is batting, again, big surprise. That was a nice surprise. This was a bad surprise. I'm surprised that LSG's batting took 19 and a half overs to reach 162 against this attack. I could imagine if there's a Bumrah, bowling against them, different matter. Pitch is not favoring the bowlers. It's okay, decently. It's not good, not bad. Average pitch, hardly average bowling, and then you make a almost victory. I think they have got to. They should not celebrate this victory and say, "Wow, we're back in the reckoning." You're not. Please sit down, think. You have something wrong with your batting. Something is wrong. It's not coming together. Except for Markram, I agree with Karan. Classic batting, super opening batting. He was in full flow, and I think he was the only batsman who really made a difference. I think showed how you should have batted on this surface other than Klassen and Nitish Kumar Reddy. I think others were all struggling, or they just didn't do what they were supposed to do. So in LSG's victory, there's a lot of things for them to think about, to sort of introspect and come back a better team. Otherwise, if they play like this, I don't know. I mean, against a much better balanced attack, a balanced team, they won't come.
Any
Actually,
closing?
even I agree with Nikhil, sir. The thing is that even I noticed that there's a drawback in captaincy even in SRH. That the reason I'm saying that is because in the last over it was 9 runs needed in 6 balls. That was the 9 runs needed for LSG to win the match, and Ishan chose to bring up Jay the Unadkar for the last over, the person who had the highest economy earlier. And one more thing is that what Sir told already, they could have made use of Livingston for the last over. That would put actually
No, no,
psychological.
No, Harshal Patel had 1 over to go.
Yeah.
He was
Ah,
3-0,
yeah.
3-0, 16-0. If he didn't want a slow bowler, because the slow bowler could have been hit by Rishabh Pant, he could have brought in Harshal, because Harshal Patel, look at it, 3-0, 16-0, 5.3 per over. Why didn't you bring him in? It beats you,
No,
right?
no,
Why would you have?
he is a death specialist actually.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so this is what sometimes makes you think that it is that captaincy, that instinct on the ground at that point of time, that makes a difference to victory and defeat.
Yes. Narayan, sir, any closing thoughts for today's review?
Uh, uh, I think, though it was a very closely fought match actually, it was good money for the viewers as such actually. Both the uh, you know Hyderabad people really must have really enjoyed good cricket over there, though it was a Sunday afternoon. Uh, Nothing else to add except that whatever we discussed, that both the teams
Yeah.
should improve upon in the next matches, to go well. And as Nikhil always says, SRH will be the spoiled brat actually in the entire tournament. You know?
The spoiler.
हाँ हाँ वैसे होगा ना, हम तो डूबेंगे सनम लेकिन तुमको भी ले डूबेंगे.
And they have the ability to do that. They could have done it yesterday, just missed it by an inch.
Yeah. So that's a wrap on SRH versus LSG, Lucknow Super Giants, clinical, controlled, and punt-powered. Sunrisers, heart in the right place, but the top order needs to deliver consistently, as informed. If you enjoyed our today's review, smash that like button and leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you think SRH can turn it around this season? Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay with us. Our RCB versus CSK review is coming up right after this. Let's see what happens. Thank you.
आओ देखे क्रिकेट टीवी जहां मिलेगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है